Welcome to Keto Meals and Recipes.com. Although chicken paprikash is usually made on the stovetop, I have adapted this keto version to be made in the slow cooker. The macronutrient ratio for this recipe is 4:1, with 6.4 grams of total carbs, 2 grams of dietary fiber, and 4.4 grams of net carbs per rather generous serving. A wonderful thing about this recipe is that it uses only a few simple ingredients, which when done in the slow cooker will transform into an incredibly flavorful comfort meal. So we begin with step 1. In a large skillet, or you could do it right in your slow cooker if it has the capacity, set the heat to high and add the bacon fat. When the fat is sizzling, place the whole chicken leg skin side down into the skillet. Brown until the chicken skin is golden and crispy, and then flip over and do the other side. Then remove the legs from the skillet and set them aside for a moment. Also, if you're using either pork belly or natural smoked bacon, cut it into small bite-sized pieces. Place these pieces into the bacon fat and fry to a light crispy stage. Then scoop out and set aside. Now for step 2. Place the bacon fat that was in the skillet and pour it into the bottom of the slow cooker. Then arrange the prepared chicken legs on the bottom of the slow cooker. This time, place the meat side down. Authentic chicken paprikash requires that you use a bone-in chicken piece, so chicken breasts don't really work that well. As you can see, I nestled the legs so that they are as flat as possible on the bottom of my slow cooker. When doing this video, I had 4 very large chicken legs, but sometimes it may take 5 or 6 smaller ones to get the correct weight. I then tossed the prepared pork belly or bacon pieces over the chicken. Sprinkle your seasoning on top. The order does not matter, but I started with my sweet Hungarian paprika. If you use smoked paprika, it will have a very different flavor, a stronger and smokier flavor. Next, I sprinkled the 1 tablespoon of salt. The salt will really bring out the flavor in this recipe, but do adjust to your own taste. Add the pepper, and again adjust to your own taste. Then the onions, which I cut into small wedges, and the coarsely chopped garlic. Next, I added the bite-sized green peppers, or capsicums as my friends from the UK and Australia would call them. I found that a few bits of pork belly had been hiding, so these stowaways go into the pot too. Then I added the whole San Marzano tomatoes, but I made a mistake, so I had to cut up the whole tomatoes into very small bits. Usually when I focus better, I mash the tomatoes with my potato masher and then put that into the slow cooker. Place the slow cooker lid on top and set the timer for about 8 hours. By the way, if you don't want to do this first thing in the morning, you can do everything up to the adding the water stage the night before. Just place the slow cooker liner pot with its lid into the refrigerator. In the morning, put the pot back into the slow cooker unit and set the timer before leaving. When you get home and the time is up, using your tongs, remove the chicken legs from the sauce and set them aside for a moment. Step 3 involves choosing which way you want to serve this meal. How it's served depends on the region and each family's preference. Version 1 is to take your whole chicken leg, or part of one if your chicken leg was very large. Put it into a shallow bowl, then ladle a generous serving of the sauce and vegetables over the chicken. Add a dollop of fresh sour cream and decorate with a few leaves of fresh basil or whatever herb you have on hand. Second way is to take the chicken legs out of the sauce and remove the flesh and skin from the bone and shred into bite-sized pieces. Then place the coarsely shredded chicken meat into a bowl and ladle the sauce on top. As before, I recommend a dollop of sour cream and a few strategically placed fresh leaves for decoration. After all, we do eat with our eyes as well as our sense of smell and taste. A third way of serving this, especially for younger children, is to puree the sauce so there are no large pieces, especially the green pepper, which can be a little strong for small children. And ladle the smooth sauce onto your plate and add your chicken pieces. As with the other 2 serving methods, add the sour cream and leaves for decoration. When you've served all your meat, you'll notice that you have a fair bit of extra sauce, and this is really good because it can be used as a base for several recipes, such as for stuffed peppers, over spaghetti squash, or with meatballs, to give you just a few suggestions. So take this extra sauce and place it in a jar and put it in your freezer until you need it next time. Chicken paprikash is often served with a side dish of broccoli. I would recommend my roasted broccoli with parmesan and lemon, and usually followed by a chocolate dessert, and I'd like to recommend here my keto chocolate cake with coffee mousse. But you can mix and match your side and dessert as you choose. I would also like to mention that in a future video I will show you how I made some cornbread-like dumplings that I sometimes serve with this chicken paprikash. Until next time, I hope you enjoy this recipe. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing and sharing this link with friends and family. The link for both of the above recommendations, as well as the written recipe for this video, will be available in the description below.